All right. So house rules, I'm not going through. You should be quite familiar with this now. Okay, so you raise your hand if you have any questions or if you wish to make comments. Okay, raise your hand and then I will allow you to unmute. Okay, if you need to go to the washroom, just go. Just leave a message in the chat telling me that you're off to the washroom. Then at least I know how come you're not in front of the camera. Okay, so today we are doing worksheet 39. Okay, revision on heat, light, and water. I will quickly run through, okay, some notes on heat. No need to copy down. You can access these notes whenever they have already put it up in the portal, okay, after today's lesson. So any object that produces heat energy is called source of heat. Our sun is actually the main source of heat. Okay, sense of touch is not an accurate measurement of temperature. So you can't just use your hand to try to touch something and then make a guess saying that, oh, this is about 38 degrees Celsius. Oh, I think I'm having a fever. Okay. No, I don't think I'm having a fever. Okay. I don't think I feel that hot, etc. So it is not an accurate measurement. So you cannot tell whether you're having a fever just by touching your forehead, right? You can make a guess, but you don't know how high the fever is, okay? Or sometimes you don't want to do anything, you just pretend to be sick. So you say that I'm having a high fever. In order to find out whether you are really unwell, we make use of scientific instruments such as thermometers or heat sensors. Now, there are certain type of heat sensor connected to data loggers. Have you all used that before in school? How many of you have used data loggers, okay, heat sensors in school? Very good, Vinuli. You tried that. Was it very accurate? Qi also tried that, right? Ziying as well. Okay. Hi, Ramus. Welcome. Now, let's see. Somebody type in the chat. So you also use the light sensor, right? Very good. Okay, Ramus, you tried the light sensor. Yeah. Have you all tried the sound one? It measures. Yeah. Haven't tried that. You will use that in secondary school, actually. Okay. Now, so take note, when we use heat sensors or data loggers, it is very, very accurate. All right. It is very, very accurate. Data loggers are also very useful in helping us plot graphs. Okay. Some of you probably also tried that before. Okay. Heat flows from a hotter region to a cooler region until they reach the same temperature. This is crucial. Heat will always be flowing until the two sides or the two regions are at the same temperature. That is when, okay, you don't have a net heat flow anymore. All right, clear about that? Okay, heat also travels in all directions. Okay, so need to know that as well. So matter, when we talk about matter, we are referring to solid, liquid, and gas. They expand when heated and contract when cooled. Matter can also change in state when it gains or loses heat. Now, so if I'm looking at solid changing to a liquid, we know that there is heat gain involved. And what is this process known as? What is this process known as? Quickly type into the chat. Okay, when solid gains heat to become a liquid. Okay, good. All right, so, yeah, all of you got it. So this process is known as melting. What about the opposite? When liquid changes back to the solid, heat is lost, right? Yes. Okay, so this is known as freezing. Now, do you know the temperature at which water melts? Do you know the temperature at which water melts? When I talk about water melts, I'm actually referring to solid water, right? So it's known as ice as well. Ice will melt into water, okay, liquid water at 0 degrees. Good. So for water, right? Specifically water, okay, when we talk about melting, it's 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, what about freezing. What about freezing? When water, okay, freezes into ice. What is the temperature? Josiah, do you know? The rest of you, do you know? 0 degrees Celsius. Very good. So it's the same. If you are talking about freezing, it will take place at 0 degrees Celsius also. Now, so let's talk about the other one on the right-hand side. So when liquid changes to a gas, heat is gained. So if we are talking about water, water gains heat, takes in the heat and converts to water vapor, right? Correct or not? So what is this particular process known as? What is this particular process known as? Do you know? Some of you are thinking. When liquid gains heat to become a gas. Okay, in general, yes, it's evaporation. Well done. How about, Zikin, you added in boiling. What is the difference between evaporation and boiling? Okay, generally, it's just evaporation, which takes place all the time, right? What is the difference? Boiling, okay, very good. Sang-kun, you mentioned. Okay, boiling, usually you have a direct heat source, right? Yeah, Wheeler also mentioned evaporations only happen at the surface of the liquid. Okay, the liquid doesn't become air, okay? Be careful, Wheeler. Right? You are good to mention that evaporation happens at the surface of the liquid, but it doesn't become air, it becomes what? Water vapor. Okay? Becomes a gas. It will be better if you say liquid becomes a gas. Yeah. Evaporation happens all the time below the boiling point. Yep. So evaporation or, boiling. Okay. So what about the other direction now? When gas lose heat, right, to become a liquid, what do we call that? Condensation. Good. So condensation takes place at many temperatures also, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, so long as there is a cooler surface, yeah, you can see the condensation, all this taking place. Now, evaporation versus boiling is something that you all need to know. Okay, so if I ask you for water's temperature when it boils, okay, water can also take place in the boiling process. What is that temperature? You need to write all this down if you want to, but like I said, you can have all these notes. Very good. 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. There is also evaporation. All temperature below boiling point. Yeah. And then condensation. Okay, cool surfaces. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go on. Materials that allow heat to flow through easily are called good conductors of heat. Materials that do not allow heat to flow through them easily are called poor conductors of heat. Now, tell me what is the term that Miss Day always talk about that you cannot use, okay, in terms of heat. Right? You must make sure you stick to poor conductors of heat. You cannot use a certain word, right? It starts with an I. What is that word? I mean, that is still acceptable, you know. Yeah. But I don't actually recommend that. Okay. Sometimes you can say bad conductors. It's still not so bad. But if you use words like insulators, this will not be accepted. Okay. Insulators, they do not accept. Okay. So take note of this. Let's go back to our question now. Now, Edith placed 2 containers made of the same material on 2 identical hot plates. So do you see that I'm highlighting the important words? Every time you see any question, right? You are preparing for your exam, which is coming very, 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 very soon. Okay, when is your exam? Quickly type into the chat. I just want to be sure most of you are having your exams around 25th, that period, right? So the rest of you quickly type now. 26, okay. Okay, what do you do? 23rd. Right. 23rd, Shenzhen. 30. You don't really know, Wei Le, you're scaring me. October. Yes, now it's October. See? Y'all are so chill, right? Yes, it's going to be the last exam. Forgot. Y'all are so chill lah. You are so good in your science already. Very prepared. Wei Le, very prepared already, is it? Irene, you look so pretty today. Are you going out after this? No, but you look so pretty. It's nice. It's nice. I like it. Yeah, so sweet looking. 27 October. So we have 23rd, we have 25th, we have 26th, we have 27th, we have 30th. Okay, so all different dates. Right, so some of you might end the exam early. Now, when you're mentioning to me 27, 26, all these dates, you're talking about science paper, right? This is not the start of your exam, isn't it? I'm talking about science paper only, yeah? So science paper is always the last paper. That's why I understand. Okay, so it is the end of your agony. So after that, you can start playing. Good. So remember, always remember, okay, whenever you see questions, you must highlight the key points. What are they asking for? What are the information given? What must you take note of? Oh, Zachary, your school is different. Math is the last exam, I see. Right. Most school will follow the PSLE sequence. Okay. So they start off with English paper. Okay. And then they will have math paper, then mother tongue, and then eventually science, because they want students to get used to the sequence of PSLE. That's why they will set the exam in this manner. Okay, but never mind, Zachary, it's okay. Math is your last paper, which is a good thing as well. Then you will not be so relaxed when you do your science. Okay, I'm happy to know science is earlier. Why? Because you all heard of exam fatigue? So after you have taken a few exam paper, right? Towards the end, those exams, you don't have that kind of mood to study so hard anymore. Have you all felt that before? I feel it all the time in my years of studies. Okay, so exam fatigue is something you have to be aware of. Don't let yourself get into that. Okay, so back to this. Now, highlight the important points. Okay, so the important points here will be same material. All right, and then identical hot plates. I'm highlighting just the few. Okay, but you have to understand that there are only 2 containers here. Okay, both containers had 600 ml of water at 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then she recorded the temperature of water in each container at the end of 10 minutes. So she put the 2 containers on hot plates, which are similar hot plates, right? The material for the containers are also the same, amount of water the same. Why is the difference here? What is the only thing that looks different here? Can you identify? In every experiment, there will be one change variable, isn't it? So what is the change variable here? Yeah, I see people typing already. Yeah. Okay. So size of container is different. Very good. So the size of container, or, some of you say the width of the container. Good, Shen, you can identify that. Okay, many of you talk about size. The area of exposed surface. Area of exposed surface of what? Wei Le? Yes, Minuli, you can. No problem. Okay. Okay, exposed surface area of water. So that is also due to the size of the container. Some of you may even talk about the shape. All right.